What up, Dokkaners? We're going to be testing out the new LR Tech Beast Gohan. Before we jump in, we got to see what he does, and I'll discuss my early thoughts on the hit potential build over the course of the video. I could change my mind, so do watch the whole video, check the final thoughts at the end, and also check the pinned comment, because after all of it, at the end of the day, the pinned comment is the most up-to-date decision on what I'm doing for the build. Let's go ahead and break down what he does. Movie Heroes, Connected Hope. E plus 3, 200% HP, 170% attack and defense, extra stats plus 50 to those who also belong to full power, Bond of Master and Disciple, Earth Protecting Heroes. In terms of the leader skill buffs, you can check all of it on Dokkan Database because it'll show all the different combinations and you can see all the characters that fit within these combinations, which is a very useful tool when putting together a team. So there you go, pretty dope. Good selection of characters. For the super attack, for the 12 key, raised attack for 4 turns, causes colossal damage to the enemy. For the 18 key, raised attack and defense by 58% for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. For the passive, key plus 7 attack and defense plus 350%. Oh, cool. We have there's a new update here where if you hover over it, it highlights the whole thing. I don't have to do this anymore. That's nice. Damage reduction plus 58%, guards all attacks. Attack and defense plus 58%, and damage reduction plus 10% for allies whose name includes Piccolo, Demon King, Boo, etc. excluded. But that does mean Red Ribbon Army Piccolo works. It should. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more key, attack and defense plus 350, attacks effective against all types, launches an additional super attack. For every attack performed, key plus 2 up to 16. When receiving a normal attack, counters with tremendous power for 3 turns from the character's entry. Starting from the 4th turn from the character's entry, counters with ferocious power. For the active skill, can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, raises attack by 580% temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy, defense plus 100% for 1 turn. All allies attacking in the same turn can survive KO attacks for 1 turn up to once per character. Does not stack with passive effects. So basically, every unit now has a chance, if they face something lethal, to actually withstand it, which is a very, very powerful ability that will make teams much more survivable on some of the more impossible situations. I think a lot of people are going to come to very much appreciate this ability. So in terms of how to build the unit, well, there's 2 ways to approach it. If you're talking about the safe build, let's start by discussing that actually. The safe build. Clearly, this unit does not have what it takes to survive conventionally dangerous situations. Guarding all attacks with only 58% damage reduction in this economy in 2026, you're not going to be doing too hot in the slot 1, let alone maybe even the slot 2 if you're considering the most difficult events out there. Adding an extra layer of defense, namely dodge, will give this unit more consistency. The counters don't happen upon contact. It's when receiving a normal attack. Because it says when, that means even if you dodge it, you'll still counter. So maximum dodge will give this unit more defensive consistency. However, that's not as fun to me. Because to me, I want to maximize as much damage as I can per counter. Every time you are receiving a normal attack, you are countering. More often than not, most of the attacks on any given turn are going to be normal attacks. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to counter and do a ton of damage. And attacks effective against all types, that's not box office for me. I want to see blood. I want to see yellow giant numbers. I'm going to go full crit. I want to go full ego on this unit so that he can counter everything, do a ton of damage. And if you really want to lean into the offensive perspective, you would go additionals and crit. So that's why there's just 2 ways to look at it. If you want to be more safe and secure, go full dodge. If you want to go full fun, then you can go max crit and you can minimize the dodge if you want and just go for like full offense. Just know that you are very much risking it. Or you can compromise and kind of do a combination where you do mostly dodge, you put a little bit of critical in there, and you put a little bit of additional. He is a tech unit, so he's got already base 5 critical in there. This one's going to be a very mixed bag for a lot of people, and I feel like it's going to take a little while for people to slowly decide what they truly want to run. But that's why there's multiple ways to look at it. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump in, and let's see how we do with this unit on the squad at 55%. Level 1 links, he's got 5 crit already. And all the links are at level 1, none of which give you any crit, which sucks. So this is our squad. We're also running the Piccolo. Oh, I guess, you know what? Let's quickly talk about the Piccolo. All right, Piccolo, real quick. So this guy is 130%, nobody cares. For the super attack, causes supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. For 1 turn from the character's entry, 90% chance to dodge in slot 2. When the movie has 4 movie heroes, mission executioner, bond of master and disciple allies on the team, key +2 attack and defense +200%, chance to crit +50%, defense +250 when receiving an attack. All allies key +1 attack and defense +30%. When there's a hybrid Saiyans category ally on the team or a hybrid Saiyans category enemy, for 1 turn only, character's super attack will be sealed. All enemies attack -30%. Recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. All allies key +1 attack and defense +30% for 3 turns as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So you're getting a lot of support here. For 4 turns from the character's entry, survives KO attacks up to once within the turn. Starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry, attack +250. Foresees enemy super attack within the character's attacking turn. Recovers 20% HP at the end of the turn. Damage reduction 60% temporarily when receiving normal attacks. If HP is 30% or less when receiving an attack, chance to dodge +90% within the turn. If HP is 30% or less at the start of the turn, at the end of the turn. Oh, it's at the end of the turn. I think I misread that in the previous video. 1-time activation, but it's permanent. Attack and defense +30% and critical +50. All allies attack and defense +20%. All allies attack and defense +30% for 3 turns as the 3rd attacker in a turn. There is a ton of upside in terms of team support and in terms of breaking out of your shell, but the gimmick is that you have to lean into that first. You have to put yourself in a compromising situation, so it's high risk, high reward, where you have to utilize the surviving KO thing. If the condition just doesn't work out with this unit's intrinsic passive, that's where the Beast Gohan's active could come in to help facilitate that. At the end of the day, if you manage to pull it off where you end a turn under 30% health, you'll get all of this. Best case scenario, the following turn after this happens, you enter the turn with TEQ LR Orange Piccolo, and he fully heals because your health is under 30% and he gets his extra damage reduction. So there's a lot that can work here if everything falls into place, but there is a little bit of risk involved. I'm not going to be trying to do this too much. This is going to be mainly about what the Beast Gohan can do, but just in case something weird and wonky happens, I just wanted to talk about what this Int Piccolo can do. That being said, let's go try out Divine Wrath Mortal Will, and then we'll take it from there. All right, we got our rotations all set. Let's do it.
I told you, King Piccolo was the old me. This is not gonna end like it did before. I will defeat you!
I just realized he doesn't have an entrance animation. Oh, man. I think all of his animations are like Dokkan original stuff, so it's not that bad, but that stinks. All right, so we got 6 out of the 7 links active, level 1. So we're gonna put him in slot 1 for this turn, and then the other rotation we're gonna simulate what he does as a slot 2 character. So we're gonna get the best of both. All right, so we got this dude in the slot 1. I already forgot. Does he need a whole lot of key? For every attack performed. Okay, he just needs 18 keys. So let's do this. That should be fine. So let's do that. And then we'll do this. The Orange Piccolo is getting extra juice this turn. I don't know if we're gonna necessarily see that, but here we go. Beast. Double digits. Oh yeah, the counters. Sick. All right, we're getting hit with a very mid-event turn 1 super. How much is this gonna do? Double digits. See, all these attacks, I just want crit. Is that 3.3 million attack? $17.8 million damage on the non-crit. 20.7 million attack stat on the second super. That is a big change. And now we get more counters. We had like 4 million when we were doing the counters before. Now we're at 9.6 million. And we're doing like triple the damage on the counters. I already like it. I already like it. That's pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. Okay, okay. Oh, there's so many attacks happening. I want to put him in slot 1. Let's put him in slot 1. Forget it. Let's put him in slot 1. All right, so let's do this. I think for this one, let me just go after the Zamasu, just so we can see how much damage we do just with crits against the Rose. And then we'll do this. That was a big jump in his attack stat. Okay, so that's not good. We just took 20,000 damage from a slap on this event. This is a very mid-level event. So the fact that we're taking that much damage on the second round doesn't bode well for this unit as a slot 1. That's ultimately the point of why I do this type of run in my videos. If we start off slow, it sets a precedent. He took that much damage as a slot 1 against this event. So you put him in slot 1 against like some of the new stuff, the Blue Zone DLC and stuff, you're in trouble. All right, so now let's check out these counters. 9.3 million attack stat. 16 million damage. Oh my God. Are we going to kill just with counters? Yo, I think we're going to kill him with counters. If these were crits, definitely. He's got a 10% chance for a counter. See that though? That's why I want crit. That's why I want the crit. Oh. On a superhero team, your slot 1 responsibility will go to this guy, AGL Gohan Gamma 1. Another slot 1 unit on superheroes would be STR Gamma 1. Granted, it's for a limited time. STR Beast Gohan can also handle slot 1 responsibilities depending on the event. Eventually, he will get an EZA, at which point he will become a much more effective slot 1. So there are other situations where you can throw, you know, other characters in the slot 1. But it just depends on, with your personnel, how often you'll have to rely on this guy being your slot 1. I wouldn't bank on it. Unless you like want to put him in slot 1 because that's where all the attacks are at. Like here, you know? This would be, oh, you know what? Let me put this guy in slot 2 because he, oh yeah, he's sealed. This is so weird. He's sealed. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let me do this. So now we have max key because we launched all those attacks. Wait, do counters count as attacks? I think they do. Whatever, we got max key now, so we're always gonna have all this stuff, so we're fine. So let's go after the Zamasu and then wait for the counters to, yeah, the counters do count as attacks. Okay, and then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. So our links are a little bit more lacking here. Let's see what happens. You're dead, buddy. 32 million attack stat for Beast. He has been launching 1 additional super, so he's only been raising his attack multiplicatively once per turn. I want it to be more. Yeah, man, I want it to be more. I want him to be raising his attack as much as possible so that his critical counters can just like destroy everyone.
Got it. Let's join forces for now.
All right, this is AGL. Okay. His active is now ready. We're not in any danger here. We're just using it to see how much damage we do. That's all we're really doing. This guy's active. Does it support us? All allies? No, it does not. Okay. Let's just use it. Let's just use this one this turn, then we'll use the other one next turn. Let's go.
I'll end it right here. Special Team Dragon!
41 million damage, no crit. All right. Could have been more if we had more additionals, just saying. More attack equips, just saying. I'm gonna put him in slot 1 once again in the hopes that we can get nailed with some sort of like big time super. so let's do that. Let's do that. We are butchering the other units on the rotation, but that's fine. All right, go on, hit me. Hit me. Super me! $32.5 million attack stat. $17 million damage, no crit. $20.3 million attack stat on the second super. $10.6 million damage, no crit. This guy is averaging out to around the same in terms of the attack stat. All right, next turn will be the really good one. Let's see. Next turn, let's see how much damage he takes in the slot 1. We don't want him to be there, but this is the ultimate stress test on this event.
What do you say we join forces?
Like I told you, King Piccolo was the old me.
Okay. How much damage do we take this turn? Ooh, wait. Do we get extra support from this guy if he switches to Piccolo? Should we do that? No, we shouldn't do that. That'll skew the results. Superhero, yeah, that'll skew the results. Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and activate this again.
I'll end it right here. Special Beam Cannon!
Zamasu is a crazy tank, so 25 million damage, kind of normal when you consider how tanky he is. But that just makes me want more crit on the guy. Okay, so how many links are we getting? We're getting 1 link with you, and we have 2 links with you. All right, so let's put you slot 2. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then let's do this. All right, he's gonna super slot 1. Let's see how much we take. The ultimate stress test. 58% damage reduction and guard. How much are we taking against Tech Fusion Zamasu? Okay, good. Good. I would have been very disappointed if he couldn't handle that. Is that 34 million attack stat? Dude needs crit, man. He needs crit. To be honest, I don't think you can go wrong with any build. If you go max additional, you're raising the consistency in which he keeps his attack stat regulated at a higher level. If you go full crit, you're capitalizing on damage on every single counter. If you go dodge, you give him more consistency in the slot 1 or in, you know, compromising situations where he is trapped or something like that. I feel like there's no wrong way to build a guy. What? Oh, wait, what just happened? Did we almost die? I totally forgot. I was not paying attention. Okay. Well, let's... Oh, we don't have scouting because he gave us the scouting. Right. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. The ultimate Gohan rotation. Let's see. I need crit. I need crit, man. All right, cool. He's gonna tank these, no problem. 12 million now on the counter because we raised our stats before he hit us. $19 million. I'm surprised not a single attack has been a critical. We got a 10%. Come on. Okay. Not the most flashy of... Okay, sure. You launch the crit. Not the most flashy of, you know, first impressions, but he's got a solid base, solid foundation. Let's take him into more difficult stuff now. We are doing this for science, not because we're trying to, you know, butcher his image amongst y'all, but we got to do it. It's just sort of a rite of passage. 58% damage reduction, guard. Let's just see. We're going to do a couple of scenarios and let's see how much damage he takes on each. All right, 1.2 million. Okay. Now with the Whis on the first turn, he's going to have 98% damage reduction. So obviously he's going to survive this. He actually doesn't even have 18 key here. So he's missing 350% defense. Actually, he might take a little bit more. No, he's still fine. Turn 3, no item. Let's see how much damage Beast Gohan will take after the fact. Cancel the heal. This guy's got like 98% damage reduction. Oh, and he dodged. Okay, great. Pay no attention to this guy and his 103 million attack stat. Don't worry about that. Let that not distract from what we're testing here, guys. Don't look at him. Don't even think about him. Stop. Stop it. You're ruining the showcase. Please stop. Would you? All right, Beast. 44 million attack stat. No item this turn, so it's turn 3. Pyro has been getting hit quite a bit. He's launching 2 supers with guard, 58% damage reduction, and the support that we've got kind of floating around from these various guys. How much is he going to take on a slap? Double digits. And that's ultimately what he's meant to do. He will be able to tank the best of them. For the most part, maybe. As long as he's in the slot 2 and he is properly anchored. Bio Broly on turn 3 is pretty nasty normally. So we're going to try this again now. Next turn. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get away with it next turn. Do we have anybody who could dodge next turn? Dude, turn 3 Bio Broly tanking that? That's pretty good, man. Does this guy survive? Okay, he survives too. Cool. Oh. Wait a minute. We are going to try something weird. On this turn, we don't have a bona fide slot 1. But what we're going to do is we're going to rely on this dude's 70% chance to dodge. Actually, more than 70%. More like 79%. Actually, 80%. 80% chance to dodge. And we're going to use this. And we're going to give him a survive KO attack.
I'll end it right here. Special Beam Cannon!
Okay. 56 million damage on a crit. That was a 55%, by the way. All right, so now, look at that. The KO logo is now on all of them. 80% chance to dodge. You just have to dodge one of them. You got that, dummy? Just one. Here we go. Here we go. Dodge one, homie. Yes. You gonna dodge this one? Oh, he dodged that too. See, that's a huge boon that we just got. You wouldn't normally want to do something like that. Well, maybe you would. But the fact that you now can relax on the fact that you've got to survive KO, it lessens the pressure that a dodge situation has. That's huge. That's very underrated. That just gave us the ability to showcase Gohan again on this turn. No item for the last 2 turns. All right, he's going to heal. All right, cool. So he's gotten a lot stronger. Let's see how much damage he takes after Beast Gohan attacks here. 20 mil, no crit. Thank you. I didn't want to use Orange Piccolo's active because I didn't want to skew the results by overly, you know, buffing up this guy. I wanted to see how much damage he takes in these more natural situations. Ideally, you would have probably used Piccolo's active to give more stats, you know, to give him more damage, more tanking. But we're doing fine. It's turn 4, and Beast Gohan is tanking after supering against Bio Broly, who's maxed out his attack stat.
alongside me in the name of justice.
Got it. Let's join forces for now.
All right, what turn is this? Can we get away with one more slot one? Well, we have this. All right, so the super attack is happening in slot 1. I think we might be able to get away with it. Even if he doesn't dodge, I think he still tanks it. So let's go ahead and do this again.
I'll end it right here. Special Beam Cannon!
51 million damage on a crit. He did it again, y'all. He did it again. Let's end this. Let's get out of here. You tank this, right? You're good. Yeah, all right. Beast Gohan's gonna clutch this. 41 million attack stat. This is turn 5, no items. He needs crit. God, he needs so much crit. All right, he didn't do too much there, but he's tanking turn 5 Bio Broly with no item. 23 million damage on the non-crit. And then he's got 13 million attacks on these counters. Oh, he almost killed. This dude actually gets the kill. Wow, and he gets a crit. Of course he does. Of course he does. That was actually, I was expecting that to be just a quick one-off. That was a very good run for Tech Beast. All right, in my professional diagnosis, I think he needs crit. He's lacking crit. And I think ultimately we need to accept he is not going to be a slot 1 defender. He's just not built for it. He's not cut out for it. But his active gives other units the ability to become a more consistent slot 1 presence in certain situations, which is what gives this guy more value in the slot 2. You want to keep him around for things like that. He can tank pretty well against Bio Broly, which I would say is a pretty decent measuring stick as far as defense is concerned. He's got a super. The thing is though, his damage and his contribution comes from the counters. If those counters aren't doing enough, it might not necessarily help your cause, whatever you're trying to do. So I think countering and I think critical is going to be the most important for him. After that, you could split it between dodge and additional. You could go for more additional, but I think crit is ultimately the most important to get the most out of the character. In terms of the 2 builds, I still think that you can run them both ways if you want. You can just give him, he already has a 10% crit chance always. You could just leave it at that, or you could lean into it. So full crit or full dodge. Those are the 2 ways that you can build it. And then after that, you can put whatever else you want in there. But I think that any build that you really go for can work as long as you remember what he can do and what he can't do. And what he cannot do is be a slot 1. He just can't do it. Maybe on like low end events, sure. But on high end difficulty stuff, you're gonna lose. Don't do that to yourself. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Tech Beast Gohan. Do you like him? Do you not like him? Does this make you want to summon more or summon less? What are your thoughts on the best hidden potential build for the character? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you're going to see more of my stuff doing. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned and ours to Dokkan responsibly.